During yesterday's graduation ceremony, Acting Fire Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh told the city's newest first responders that they're part of the world's best emergency medical service. But some EMS workers tonight want to know why their paychecks don't reflect that. They make less than firefighters and police officers. Let's talk about that with Aliya Adams. She's one of the 60 graduates from yesterday, and her mom, who just happens to be City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams. It's so good to see both of you, Ms. Adams, Madam Speaker. Thank you for your time. And Ms. Aliya Adams, I want to start with you. First, congrats on graduating yesterday. There's been so much talk about pay equity. Talk to us about your concerns about your take-home pay compared to that of your colleagues who are firefighters.
Well, let me just say thank you for having me. I really do appreciate this. We, as EMTs and paramedics with the fire department, we work hand in hand with police officers and firefighters. And while they do receive the salaries that they are well deserving of, we don't. We are mothers, we are fathers, we are caretakers. We are in the streets of New York City day in and day out, saving lives. And we should not have to be forced to work endless hours of overtime so that we can provide for our families accordingly. We need those who have a hand in pushing forward this pay parity to collectively come together and make it happen.
Yeah, and Madam Speaker, I want to bring you in. Last year, as you know, you weren't the speaker last year, but you are now. But you were there when the City Council released that pay equity report that focused on the municipal workforce. And it clearly showed that the average salary for men is about $21,000 higher than for women. It also found that Black women make nearly 2% less than white women in the same position. And again, we're talking about the city workforce. So talk to us now that you're in charge of the City Council. What's being done about it?
Well, Cheryl, again, thank you, for having us on this mother-daughter duo tonight to, really put in the forefront, just the horrible disparity of pay for EMS workers, paramedics even, compared to FDNY firefighters and even the NYPD. The New York City Council has been on the forefront of this fight. Wow, I've been in now for 5 years, and we were fighting for this 5 years ago in my first term for pay parity for first responders who are there, just like NYPD, as my daughter said, deserving. FDNY firefighters, who she said are deserving. EMS workers, paramedics are deserving as well. And when we take a look at the numbers of who those first responders are and the lowest paying jobs, again, we are looking at gender and we are looking at racial factors that, of course, come into this, what I consider to be systemic racial and gender failures of making things right for our first responders. These are mothers, they're single mothers, women of color largely, who are making peanuts compared to their counterparts in other agencies.
So, Ms. Adams, that same report also found a racial gap. So white employees, according to that report, make more than Blacks and Hispanics. So you're now on the EMT workforce. Do you see that is still made up of largely women of color on the EMT workforce?
I could say yes. Yes, I do agree with that. That we are mothers, we are women of color. But as EMS as a whole, we all need the pay parity. That includes women of color, that includes single mothers like myself. I have 4 children, I'm a single mom, and it is hard. I love my job so much, but I do not receive the pay that I am deserving of, and neither do my brothers and sisters of the fire department. And there needs to be a change.
So let's talk about change. Madam Speaker, what change can happen?
Yeah, well, we made this a priority in our budget a few months ago with the mayor's office. We put this once again on the front burner. And again, the City Council takes the lead, in fighting for pay parity, particularly for people of color, for mothers. The way that we are leading right now, and I've been saying this ever since I took the helm as speakership, we are the first women majority in the New York City Council. Women lead differently, so our priorities are different. The legislative packages that you've seen passed is different. We are making a priority of women's issues. Children are our priority. So again, we push this as a priority in our budget. We're going to continue to fight for pay parity for EMS workers, frontline first responders that deserve this pay parity so very much and have just been left behind. We're going to work with the administration to ensure that that our workers, first responders who have given their lives, give their lives every day, who have gotten COVID more than once to save our lives, that they are given the pay that they're due.
Okay, City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams and your daughter, Aliya Adams, one of our first responders. Thank you both for your time tonight.